It's the greatest gift that was ever given to me.
Oh man, to you say that.
Addiction is the greatest gift I've ever been given. Ever. Without it, I wouldn't be here.
How did you, or what made you or prompted you to search this lifestyle that you have right now? Like what was the thing that kind of drew you to look for something else?
Desperation, maybe. A deep seated sense of unfulfillment, complete loss of direction in my life. Now, at the age of 43, I had to admit to myself that I was an alcoholic and I was an addict, and that I was clinically depressed. I'd suffered with chronic anxiety for 25 years. Even though on the outside you would say I was successful, 3 university degrees, I got my first degree in biomedical science, I have a PhD in cancer immunotherapy, I have a master's in business studies from the London School of Economics. I've worked as a research scientist, I've worked in corporate sales and marketing in all kinds of different positions, traveling all over the world, and I was miserable. Totally and utterly miserable. My first wife died at the age of 32 from cancer, something I never dealt with. Taking that pain of that bereavement into my marriage that I have now, almost destroying that, and just getting to a point where I just lost all sense of direction and just fell deeper and deeper into addiction. Till I lost my job, nearly lost my family, and at the age of 43, my family made an intervention and said, right, you need to get help, you need to sort yourself out, and so I did, and I went on this process of recovery. For 9 months, I didn't do anything apart from go to meetings and talk and begin to unravel the mystery of what had brought me to that place of complete and utter despair. And after about 9 months, I was kind of ready. I thought I was ready to go back into some work. I didn't know what to do. All I knew what to do was to do corporate sales and marketing, and I went for an interview. 2 lovely ladies interviewed me, and came out of that interview and I just started to cry. And I sat down on the pavement and I cried. Now, that kind of crying where your face is all contorted, people walking past, I didn't care. It just came out of me. I realized that this was it. I couldn't do this anymore. There's no way I can go back to that life. I'm going to manifest the same kind of results. I'm going to go back to drinking. I'm going to lose my family. I'm going to die. And that's why I say despair really drove me to where I am now. And I just remember I went to talk with someone, and they said, oh, you're not ready to go back to work, bro. You need to do some more work on yourself. I said, I'm more than ready. I'm ready to do something. I just don't know what to do. And then 3 days later, I'm talking to this guy from Sweden who's telling me how I can change my life by understanding how you can build a business online. That was about 2 years ago. And in that time, I've, understood how to create a business online. I never went back to work. I sold my house to invest money in mentorship and coaching and understanding how to create something different, to a point now where I have 4 different online income streams, and I've just launched my own coaching business. That's kind of me in a nutshell.
So, like, there was
Like, what? I have no idea what's happening. Being given to me as a gift.
Yeah, I'm a little bit speechless. Like you had me a little bit emotional over there. I mean, the things that it saddens me so much, you know. The things that not only like people have to kind of go through and endure and stuff, but I don't know. It's like I've always had this thing that, you know, I wouldn't want people to have to go through certain things to. But sometimes the things that we go through are the things that make us who we are.
It's the greatest gift that was ever given to me.
Oh man, to you say that.
Addiction is the greatest gift I've ever been given. Ever. Without it, I wouldn't be here. Absolutely. It's the most amazing thing that's ever happened to me. It's a very strange thing to say.
Yeah, but I'm actually at the stage where I get it now. Like if you said that to me like a year back, like maybe 2 years back, I would be looking at you and be thinking, what the hell are you talking about?
And you know, and I see people, because I sponsor people now, right? I go to meetings. I don't need to go to meetings for me anymore. I go to meetings to help other people. And you know, I support a charity that my friend set up as well, you know, for people in recovery, people with mental health issues. And you know, when you see people come through the door who were in that mess that I was in, yeah, they don't know that. They don't know it's the greatest gift that they ever had. And some people never beat it. It literally is the greatest gift anyone can give you. Addiction. Or just some serious issue that you've got to go through in your life. Blessing when you can get through the other side of it.
Where did this thinking come from, though? Like, I mean, I understand you gain some things from the experiences you have, right? But were you always someone that was kind of looking within or trying to find, like, I don't know, a spiritual side, or like trying to find yourself, or, you know?
It's a very interesting question, because in my late teens, up to age of 21, yes, I was. But I was taking a lot of psychedelic drugs and trying to transcend my ego. But then when I was 21, I became really ill with that. And I almost broke through, but then I think what actually happened was I developed then my ego I had a big ego backlash. It kicked in. I created a very big ego, and I started to suffer with anxiety. And that's when my issue with alcohol started by the age of 21, through self-medication to deal with anxiety at times in my life when times got hard. And then, yeah, when I just became completely broken, it just offers you that space to then, there's only one way to go, you know? When you're sat in a room on your own drinking and smoking crack cocaine, you either die or you look inwards and you find the light.
I don't know, it's like I feel like I'm a bit speechless right now.
Just has to come, I guess, for some people. Because it's just all ego stuff that you're trying to protect. That's all the suffering is, you know? Once you can really let go of your personhood and the masks that you wear for everyone else and just actually express your true nature, which is a good nature. But it can take people many, many years to understand that, or maybe they'll never understand it. Because once you can let go of all that stuff, you stop suffering.
I think this is the first time on Kaffeeklatsch that I almost feel like I'm the one being interviewed.
Tell me about your feelings, Danny. Come on.
How did you remove the layers, though? How do you even know what the layers are? I mean, you have to first be able to recognize.
I think, when anyone will understand, whether it's addiction or you've lost someone in your life, or, maybe like a partner or your father or, child or whatever it is, or, maybe you've gone through a serious health scare or something like that. I think it really just rocks you to your foundations, and, the cracks start to appear into which God's grace starts to fall, and kind of opens you up, and it makes you start to really look at your values and what's important to you. And I think, so this was the thing for me, through some mentorship that I had, I started to look into what was really important to me, looking at values, looking at my life, and also through going through a 12-step recovery program as well, and starting to take responsibility for my life, and really starting to understand what my purpose was. I think when I was starting to find that and using that as a center, to stand in, which I do every single day. Someone taught me how to do that. Stand in your values and your purpose every day in everything that you do. Come from a value-centered position. When you do that, then you start to get rid of all the other stuff that's we call, ourselves, our person, all the stuff that we've just made up, right? All of our lives. It doesn't mean anything, and it can change day by day, all these things. Well, some of them we have since we've been a child. Well, I'm always like this. I'm like this, I'm angry, I'm not confident, I'm creative, I'm not creative, I'm this, I'm that. It's just all something that you've made up. And when you just stand in what you're supposed to do, you just become just a free creation of the universe or God, or whatever you want to call it. I'll call it God. I'm not a religious person, but I'm falling deeper and deeper into God or the universe, whatever you want to call it, every day. But I think, I've done a lot of meditation. I've done 3 now, 10-day meditation retreats, silent for 10 days.
10 days, okay.
Yeah. Meditating for 11.5 hours a day, 10 days. It's kind of crazy. I think you have to let go of the word God, whether you're religious or you're not, to get a true understanding of it. I follow Jesus, but I'm not Christian. I follow Krishna, but I'm not a Hindu. I follow this guy here, but I'm not Buddhist. I read everything that they say, because they're all just different fingers pointing at the same thing.
Yeah.
It's true. What people may call God. There's nothing religious about it. Religion is just it's just something that's made up, just like your character is.
I want to be where you are right now. There's a sense of calmness. There's like that you have, and you always had it.
I can get animated, especially when I really see someone who's not taking responsibility of their life.
Yeah.
And they need to be told that. Yeah, I don't know where they come from sometimes. I mean, I was always someone who's very judgmental of others and fearful of how others perceived and judged me. That's gone. So there's just a truth speaking. Take it or leave it.
Did you just wake up one morning and it's like, oh, it's the new crop?
No, it's been quite a gradual thing, although I have had some really profound kind of spiritual experiences in the last couple of years. A couple very strong ones recently where I just really see some real deep truths, the nature of reality, and how there's no control. You don't need to control anything. You can't control anything. It's just happening. Yeah.
I think where you are is probably a level that I could not fathom right now.
Ah, there's a limiting belief for you. I can't. Let's switch that to I won't.
I will.
There's no I can't. I will or I won't.
True.
There's nothing you can do anyway. It's given to you.
Okay, that's interesting. Like, as in life gives it to you? Or
In that you have no say over it whatsoever. But also there's nothing that's added to you. It's just things that are taken away from you. I think, again, it's shedding the layers, isn't it? There is nothing to add. There's just things to take away. All the bullshit, all the limiting beliefs. I can't do this. How's that serving you? And therefore, how's it serving everybody else? Where would we be if everyone said, I can't do that?
true.
It's literally will or you won't. But where's that will coming from? Is that will coming from an ego-centered position? Where you're trying to serve yourself to make money or get something? Or is that will coming from a higher place, a higher sense of purpose and value that you hold? And you can really find that. And then you're just that dynamic expression of the universe, God or whatever.
But you were always someone that was driven, though, to be able to have achieved everything.
Yeah, but like I say, it's like from a value, but it didn't make me happy, right?
Yeah.
From what? I'm just doing things because you can do it, right? You can do this, I can do that, whatever. Doesn't mean anything. Gives you nothing.
So, maybe a silly question, but what makes you happy?
Nothing. I am happy.
Whoa! Oh!
How can you ever be? How can something make you happy? You just have a high and a low.
I was not expecting it.
Neither was I. Is it this? Is it that? I mean, I was gonna say just having peace and balance in my life.
Yeah.
Which is a state of being, I guess. Yeah. I'm not like kind of like just like yeah, I do kind of like have some ups and downs, but I would never in the past you'd have said what makes you happy, it would have been this or that, and I would say, I'm never happy, you know. I'm just generally quite happy. Yeah, I don't need something to make me happy. And that's the thing.
That was absolutely profound. I would not have expected an answer. I just am.
Yeah, peace and balance. Yes. But again, that's not it's not tangible, is it? That's not a something. It's they're two of my top values: peace and balance. My purpose in life, my higher life's purpose, is to be a guiding light to show people to a space where they feel safe and understood, so they may find peace and balance throughout life's changes.
And that was going to be my next question. And I think you're doing a very good job regarding it.
But so within that, so, you know, to be a guiding light to show people to a space where they feel safe and understood. Someone once told me, they said, you know, you need to sit with that. You need to stand in that every day. So I always try and make sure when I'm talking to someone, you know, whether it's my wife or my son, my daughter, a friend, someone I see in the supermarket, you know, that is someone feeling safe and understood. And safety to me just means love. Love is, you know, I've had a very nice upbringing, love. I just had this sense of safety, so it means the same thing as love, right? And then to help people find peace and balance, because that's what I was striving to find. Now I've starting to find that in my life. I want to help people find that through life's changes, because I've been through a lot of changes in my life.
Yeah.
And so I don't want, like you, I don't want to see people suffering, and I can share my experience to help people find peace and balance through their suffering, show them there's a way to the other side.
Do you have moments of where you feel like, not that you are losing that sense of peace, but do you get unbalanced sometimes?
Twice this year, I've had very difficult weeks where I literally have spiraled back into negative thought patterns, and it's literally become seriously painful.
But has it become easier for you to find your way back?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, well, you know, 3 years ago, it would have been drugs and alcohol. They'll deal with that.
Yeah.
Whereas now, no, it's just checking in with myself, doing all of the daily things that I do: prayer, meditation, reading, talking with people, sharing. And, you know, and also, the biggest thing for me that's really helped me to transcend a lot of my issues is care and love and service to other people, particularly, you know, people in addiction. Just, you know, saved me from my addiction. As far as I'm aware, it's the only way to beat it if you're a real alcoholic or addict. And yeah, when you start to be involved in your own neurotic behavior, spiraling down into your own negative thoughts, the best way of bringing you out of that isn't to go and have a drink. It isn't to go and do some retail therapy and go shopping, because it will help you out for a day. It's to go and help someone else and realize that people need help, and people are in a lot worse situation than you are, and your ridiculous negative thinking, and that helps me to get out of that. So, for instance, you know, one thing that I was taught being an alcoholic and an addict is, and a sponsor of mine, you know, showed me very bluntly once, as I picked up the phone to him and I said, you know, a couple of years ago, and I said, I'm really struggling. I feel like I'm going to drink. And he said, well, why are you calling me then? And put the phone down.
Oh.
Like, you're my sponsor, you're trying to help me. And I was like, I was angry for about 5 minutes, and then I realized what he meant. And so I picked up the phone to try and help someone else, right? To try and help someone else to, just come through those doors. And it's, probably gonna go and drink again. I think at that point I've been sober a year. So yeah, that got me out of my problem. That's what you're supposed to do, You're supposed to go and help someone else. You're not supposed to go and get help for yourself. You're supposed to go and help someone else. That's what saves you. So that's always at the forefront of my mind. If I do ever start to struggle with any negative thoughts, any negative beliefs, just go and help someone else.
I've always heard that being said, and I think up until now it kind of made sense to me, but I get it now.
It works.
Because it's also about changing your vibration and also making you realize that your situation isn't always as bad as you make it out to be, I guess.
Yeah. But again, recovery from addiction is a spiritual program as well. If you work a 12-step program, it's about getting rid of your ego. And understanding that, we're here to help other people. We're all one.